Alright. Hold on 1 second. Okay. This is the cover I chose. It's amazing that that symbol down at the bottom, the picture, when I found it, it said the awakening of Christ consciousness with I am consciousness. I am consciousness. So it's going to throw a lot of people for a loop when they see the return of Christ, I am. And I thought about that title before I seen this picture that said what I was already saying. Um, the return of Christ is the return of Christ consciousness, Kundalini. I am is all of us. The great I am is a part of the Trinity, mother, father, and child. The child is the great I am, and all of us symbolize that child because that's the only way we can get here. That's the only way we could have got here. So this is how it would start off. So I'm gonna give y'all a little sample. It say the return of Christ I am. I will express my profound perspective that connects spiritual tradition and um, exoteric understandings of Christ consciousness in many teachings. Christ is viewed beyond the confines of organized religion, symbolizing a state of enlightenment, unity, and higher awareness. The idea that Christ represents the activation of the third eye, the pineal gland, or crown chakra, aligns with mystical and metaphysical tradition. These concepts emphasize the awakening of human consciousness to its fullest potential, transcending ego and embodying love, wisdom, and oneness. Supreme interpretation of the return of Christ I am as a return as a return of humanity to its highest state of consciousness is a powerful vision. It suggests that it suggests a collective evolution toward higher awareness, compassion, and spiritual connection. This resonates with the idea of humanity reclaiming its divine nature and living in harmony with universal truth. This is who we are, harmony. We cannot all basically be alike. It will never happen. But what we must do is find a path to synchronize and harmonize with each other, just like a choir. All of us are good at something. So when we come together as a family or a tribe or a nation, it is to bring out your best attributes or your best characteristics and add it to the collective of us when we are on assignment together to make sure that we accomplish the mission. Period, point blank. And we all can play a part in that mission. So it should never be any conflict when we come together for that purpose. Because when we're doing something for the nation or for each other, it's never personal. It's never personal. So leave that shit wherever. I don't care where you leave it, but don't bring it to the nation. Because as soon as you do that, you will hinder, hinder the collective. And I must say that what we're doing is finna shift the planet. And I said that in that video too. Before I even knew anything, I said, what I'm finna do is, it's not gonna just change your life. We're gonna change the whole planet. People thought it was a game. And it's probably some people thinking it's a game now, but the Air Nation is just not no regular um, entity that just surfaced. It's not like, and I salute these um, tribes or the organizations or the groups that came before us. I salute like Black Panthers or Peace Stone or any other organization, even the Moorish Science Temple. I salute every one, but this one is different because when it comes to business, which is trust, we got it all. How many people was able to tap in to manufacturing stocks? That's what Air do. And let me explain how big manufacturing stocks is. Manufacturing stocks is where you get government funding, but we are the government funding. See, when they say, oh, we're going to give you funding, that means they're going to take the stocks that they put behind a bank or put in a bank to have ownership in that bank, and they're going to fund your company or you as an individual. So you would get funding from us. When you have a stock company, that's what you do. You fund other companies. So we don't have to ask for the United States to be our daddy. We don't have to ask for their funding. We don't have to ask where is the gold. The gold do not exist in this playing field on planet Earth right now. They've been made that disappear under the Banking Act in 1932, something like that. They made the gold disappear and they replaced it with securities. A lot of people didn't know what securities was. Two forms of securities. When I say there was three, but it's two. Equity is listed with stocks and land and all of that. And then you got debt securities. Debt securities is bonds and when somebody owe a debt, mortgage, all of that. So these are the forms of security. You got debt and credit securities. So our nation has a stock company that manufacture stocks. Our nation members are learning how to claim their property. It's in the book. Our nation members have learned how to make someone pay when they have violated us pertaining to our trust. Trust is business. Whenever you trust someone with your property, your information, your personal information, or just your business alone, when you trust them with your business, they are to remain in honor, even each other. It don't matter who it is, because when we come collecting debt, whoever violated, whoever owe, we can make them pay. And if they want to get out of it, you'll see in the book when it comes to collecting debt and all of that, the only way for them to get out of this, if I say you owe me, is to go to trial about it, to prove you do not owe. Or the individual who claimed you owe can prove that you really do owe, and it will be settled in court. Or you can pay the debt or arrange payments or make some type of agreement to settle. That's the only way to get out of it. And if whoever is accused of owing a debt, if they don't want to go to court, if they be like, man, that crap don't mean nothing to me. Well, after 90 days, they lose all their shit. They will lose everything. So that is basically in a nutshell. So also, I wanted to speak on those who might want to get rid of your bills and stuff like that. And all debt is fraudulent when it comes from bill collectors. loan departments and banks. So fraudulent debts is obtained through deceitful means and is not a legitimate debt. The deceitful mean is when they did use an adhesion contract, and the banks did it through a double entry book writing, so or bookkeeping. When you came for a loan for your house or your car, they received the money from the Federal Reserve based on your social. Your social has unlimited credit, so they use your social to underwrite, and they pulled the money from the Federal Reserve. That amount came to the bank saying that you was the lender and they was the borrower. And then the double book is when they did another writing, that's the second one, saying that they're lending you the money that you gave them. I just put that video up probably two videos ago. Like it's like the third video on my post. And people are loving that video. Well, now it's time to check anyone who claims. I don't care if it's your mortgager, your mortgage loan company, or whoever. It's time to check them all and make them you know put up or shut up, pretty much. So in dealing with debt, this is out of the book, The Return of Christ Consciousness I Am. In dealing with the debt or claim of debt, it is critical to validate the debt. If contacted by a debt collector, request a written validation of the debt as per the Fair Debt Collection Practice Act. That's the FDCPA in the United States. They must provide proof of the debt legitimacy. So really, I would also ask that they do an audit. I would request or order a full audit from their company. And that audit need to show how they earn their own money, because I want to make sure they ain't doing no tax fraud. How you earn the money in this company, and then how you issued it to me. And basically, when did you give it to me? You see what I'm saying? Because if you gave it to me for this car, then you need to show how you gave the money instead of the Federal Reserve. And we all know they don't have no money. They only have the money of the people. So that shit gonna stop real quick. You also can dispute through the proper channels. If the debt is not legitimate, which they're not, there are legal ways to dispute it. This include writing a formal dispute letter and potentially filing a complaint with the relevant authorities, like the Consumer Federal Protection Bureau. So you want to report them to the Consumer Federal Protection Bureau. And if that don't settle it and they don't flatten it, I say send the CEO, CFO, whoever, the manager. You can find out who that is from whoever name is on the document, or you can look them up. We all go through property recs. Property recs will look up anybody and find anybody property and give you the parcel number, book and page number to their property. I mean, pretty much it could find whatever it is we need pertaining to whatever company who own the company, whatever house who own the house, or whatever person you look up, you can find their property through just their name alone. And I would tell them, if you don't settle this, I will be coming to collect for my own damages. Harassing me through fraud. I will be also filing a claim against you for larceny. Larceny means misappropriation of trust funds, and embezzlement also, because that's misappropriation of um, your real or personal property. So, you know what I'm saying? So that pretty much would be the thing that we would do if you are trying to basically settle all your debts. And I encourage everybody to do that. Settle your debts, because your credit is going to look so much better that way. Your credit going to skyrocket. Every time you wipe something out through these fraudsters, your credit is going to go through the roof. So this is a strategy that you can use as your credit go up. You can go use your credit to get more things through your credit. And then, you can also like switch. I would switch everything over to my foreign trust, my 9(8). That's what we've been doing with our houses. And you could do that with anything, your car or whatever. So you know, it's just something to think about. So um I just wanted to share a little light or something, because this is our short meeting, y'all. So is it anything, and about the book though, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna send the book to selective individuals, because and I really want to send it to the whole fam, but I'm gonna talk to y'all personally, whatever. But everybody who already been rocking, y'all send me your email. I'm gonna send it to y'all. So I would just say, everybody here, just send me your email, and I'll get you the book so y'all can read through it. And that way you don't really have to ask Supreme, what do I do when I get to this point? What do I do when I get to that point? It really started giving you the insight of what to do around page 60, when it goes to dummies and deaf and dumb, dummies and zombies, and it breaks down the court system. And after that, it take off telling us what to do when it claiming property, what to do when you're in court, what to do, how to settle your bills, what to do if you're pulled over in traffic, how to collect your debt. To I think that's in the beginning of the book, how to collect your debt. So if everybody send me your email, and I'll make sure y'all get a copy of the book. Do not just willy-nilly put this out in society, because we don't want everybody knowing what we know. Let's use it, you know what I'm saying, for the greater good. And if anybody want to be with the family, it should be with the family. Anybody want to know what the family know, then they need to be with the family. So y'all are guardians of this information. And what I'm saying is a verbal contract right now. So anybody send me your email. I want you to send it to me. And I'm going to send you the book. But this is not for everybody. This book should not be circling around America to people who don't even know us, because it can get into the wrong hands, and it can cause a problem, not only for the United States, but for us who want to be living free in peace. We don't need people getting their people out of jail on some criminal fucking minded shit. Notorious, we finna take over the world and kill everybody type shit. No, we don't need information like that in the wrong hands. So most definitely, y'all, let's do right. So anybody got any questions or anything like that?
I do. What's your cash app, Supreme?
Oh, my cash app is Air Family One. Air, the word Air Family One, and the name on it is Joy Jones. I'm finna share my screen and put it. I appreciate you too, bro. Yeah, it's good to see a lot of the family here too. Like like for real, man. This is it right here. Air Family One, got the air symbol as the picture, and Joy Jones.
All right, got it. Appreciate you.
For sure. Yo, anybody got anything they want to say? Anything, any questions or anything like that?
Hey, Supreme.
What's
So
going on?
one that's going to the spot, you getting that? Those donations?
What you say?
Turn it down. The donations that went to the spa. Did you get those donations?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, like I was saying, everything is good, man. Everything, you know, basically I couldn't be more proud of the way that we continue to move as a family. Like, I mean,
Okay.
I'm just gonna say, man, that's why I said salute the hell out of her and Keisha, Jessica and Keisha, because um, nobody's perfect, but it's all about how you conduct yourself moving forward. Because we would be wrong to be, casting stones against each other because we make mistakes or because we made wrong decisions or because we did something, we did this and we did that. We're not petty individuals. We are real family, and what real family is like. If my mom do something that I dislike, right? My own mother, do that make my mother still not my mom? You see what I'm saying? No. If my mom is willing to acknowledge what she did or anything, whatever the case may be, then that makes my mom even a better person. It still don't say she's perfect, but it most definitely say that she's a good character of a person. And that's what we do, because at the end, man, you got people who really don't give a fuck. And those are the people that are not us, because we all for each other. And I really want us to know that we're in a battle right now for me, the emperor of our nation, you know what I'm saying? And we're gonna and in the future we're gonna have real deal elections where we need members to help run our nation, whether it's a vice presidential emperor or empress or um, uh, the board members or the secretary, the treasurer. And these positions are not to govern us as a people. No, these positions are to run the nation, which it has a stock company and it will be distributing stocks into other companies, mainly our enforcers who will be protecting us. We're gonna be putting, ain't no might, we're gonna be putting millions of dollars into protection, millions of dollars into healing us, making sure we're healed, because the first two things that we gotta focus on first is protection and making sure that we have a way to be healed. If there's a time where we might have to pop off on a motherfucker who trying to harm us. You see what I'm saying? But hey, Lord knows nobody wants to harm us, because they know that we are the ones that they should fear. You see what I'm saying? We are that. But at the end of the day, though, the positions in this our nation will be to make sure that everything is straight, the books are straight. Because let me tell you something: in any other nation or any other country, if you misappropriate funds with that country, then that's treason. So it's not for us to take a position. If you have a position like
Turn back up.
administrator,
Turn back up.
mute your mic there for me one time because I hear echo. It's not for, if you are the administrator, or if you are the secretary, or if you are the treasurer, even if you vice president, if you are the main president, your duty is not over us as a people or any of the people. I don't care if we were 50,000 strong or a billion strong. Your duty is not over the people. Our duty in our nation, now I don't know about the United States, in our nation is to carry out the duty for the people, to make sure these companies getting their funding, because we're not getting funding from the United States. We're getting funding from our own, and it's an independent nation. And we have unlimited funding, just like any other state or nation or country. Every country in the world is getting their funding from SEC, and nobody knows that shit. And Supreme is the first to be sharing all this shit. Russia, China, any corporation, state of Georgia, Texas, all of them are getting their funding from SEC, and it's all through stocks. The United States even put stocks in the FBI and the CIA and every other alphabet group, and they called it funding. They put shares in them. The shares are stocks. So the United States don't own the FBI, they fund them. So they are partners with the FBI. But the FBI is its own organization. Our nation will be doing the same thing. We will be funding our own organizations. Not only will we be funding organizations that help take care of us as a people, because that's what a nation or a country or a tribal organization does. It's a parent of the people, meaning that if you sick, it fund healing centers or they say hospitals, but we call ours healing centers, to make sure that you are healed. Or if you are in danger, you have people that will make sure that you're safe. That's what a governance corporation does, and our nation is that. So, you know, and not only will we be funding that, but we will be funding our own nonprofits. I don't care if you just bake cakes. I don't care if you bake cookies. I don't care what you do. You might just like shoestrings and shit. We're going to fund your shoestring company. And that shoestring company will be nonprofit, which means you don't even have to make a damn dollar and still we get funding. Because one thing about SEC, it don't care about whether you made a dollar because your company is non-profit. Hear the words. You don't have to make a profit because you're non-profit. But yet you can make a dollar. It's called donations, or you can even sell it and put a price on it. As they say, as long as the funds are used for the purpose of the company. So basically, if I'm a nonprofit, I like tennis shoes. So I got funding from Air Nation, or I got my own stock company, which all of us will have our own stock company in the future as well, like Elon Musk do, under his name. SEC will continually give you funding if you are operating under nonprofit for the service of the public. But they say, well, how is he servicing the public when he's selling his cars? But you can sell something as a nonprofit as long as you're using it for the purpose of the company. So basically, if I sell tennis shoes, I can sell my shoes, I can give them away and all of that. And I can make millions of dollars as long as I use it for the purpose of the company. And I'm a part of the company. I'm the president of the company. So I got to make sure I'm living right. I got to make sure I'm driving right. If I got to go across the nation, I don't want to be driving across the nation. I might have to get me a jet. You see, so you can use it for your living as well, because you are the one, the CEO or the owner of the company that runs the company. So you have to be taken care of as well. So that's what they've been doing this whole time, getting rich. It's our turn, and we here. So is it was you done, Derek? Is anything else you had to say? Because I ain't know.
No, brother, I'm good. Thank you. I accidentally got
Right,
to.
for sure.
Is that going to be in the book as well? How to get funded for your business?
You see, the stock part, I haven't added it to it. So I was I hadn't even touched into that realm yet with the book because I'm gonna put stuff in the book about stocks, but I was cautious because I don't want the stock company information to get in the wrong hands. I'm gonna do a book saying how to get your own stock company from the beginning to the end, and I'm gonna be selective who we give it to because yet again, this book is the test to everybody to not leak the book to no one. If somebody want to, be a part of us and they studying with you, ain't nothing wrong with it. You can share it with your spouse, whoever, but they are a part of the family. And it's no reason why would someone want to know what we know but don't want to be with us? That means that they don't agree with the same terms. They're not like-minded. That means that they must be an enemy. You see what I'm saying? So we're not trying to, you know, um, give our enemy armor that we are using for ourselves to elevate us as a people. You see? So if somebody is wanting to study, wanting to learn, ain't nothing wrong with it. We welcome, but also welcome to the family, the family of heirs, because we are stronger together. Like I was saying, when people see that if you get pulled over on the road and if you get pulled over and they trying to harass you and try to lock you up, and 10 or 20 people showed up and we charging. I'm talking about we just let them know. If you don't let them go, we charging $1 million a day. They think it's a game. We coming to collect. I promise you they're gonna let you go. I promise they're gonna let you go. And if they think they can do something to them 10, 30 show up right behind that 10. You see them saying? They don't want them damn problems. That's why they don't even fuck with the Morris Sign Temple like that. For one reason, because them boys do not capitulate when it comes to being in court. And that's how you gotta be, because a lot of the times you're getting railroad through your own consent. But as far as the stock company information, I'm gonna work on that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna work on that book and it's gonna be done. But I'm hesitant to let that information out there because we don't want to create no super villains, billionaire super villains. Because when you have a stock company, everyone who have a stock company is a billionaire. That's just a fact. Everyone who has a stock company is a billionaire. And all the billionaires are evil. Just about all of them. If you ask me, all of them are evil. And they're using their billions to kill us, the people, regular, everyday, ordinary people who are slaving. And they still want us dead, as if having everything is not enough for them. But they knew this day was coming where somebody was going to get inside of the central banking system and find out how to get the unlimited wealth. And that day has came. 2024, really, it happened in 2023, at the end of 2023. 2024, we walked that shit down, got the stock company established and all of that. And then we ran into a problem. We needed to get clear with SEC. We had two options. I can figure out how to file the shit myself, or have a security law firm pay them $50,000. Then we started thinking about the property. We can sell property. We know how to claim it, and we can sell property. So that's where we're at right now. And it took us 6 months to figure out how to properly claim property and sell. So those were the steps and the phases that we went through of learning this whole entire system. And we don't want stock information of how to own your own stock company and become a billionaire in the wrong hands. We just don't want that. You know what I'm saying? So, but the Air members will be learning how to have their own stock company. But it's right now, it's really not even that important, because if Air Nation is the first stock company and it's unlimited, one stock company could supply a whole planet. It's unlimited. It can supply a whole planet. Elon Musk last year spent about 52 billion. The Rockefeller family spent 56 billion. There is no, listen, 56 billion can take care of a lot of motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? So we will be funding each other through Air Nation in the beginning, and then as we continue to grow as a family, yes, we will learn how to have our own stock company, and I'm talking about real soon. I don't even want it to be just Air Nation. I want a lot of us to have a stock company, because once you do that, now we're very powerful, because the billionaires before us, they didn't want us to know this shit. That's why it's only a few of them. You could probably count how many billionaires in the United States on both of your hands. It probably ain't even 10 of them. And now, thanks to Air Nation, it's going to be a bunch of them, billionaires with stock companies. Do you know how that changed the dynamic of the stock market? Do you know how that changed the dynamic of the principalities of power? Imagine 30 of us, 100 of us. They small fish now. They don't want nobody to know. We don't give a fuck who knows, as long as they with us. Anybody else got any questions?
Oh, just one more. Where do we send our emails for the book?
Send it to my phone. You got my number?
No, I don't think I have the new one.
Okay. It is. Anybody got my number? Put it in the chat. Somebody.
While they're adding your number, Supreme,
Uh,
permission to speak, please.
yes. How you doing, Goddess?
Great, great. I
Thank
wanted to say I don't have a question, but I wanted to say that I'm proud to be an heir. I am so proud. When you
you. Man.
were when you were away, or
Mm-hmm.
not even absent because you were still present with us.
Mm-hmm.
But when you were away, that was a test to us all. And I tell you, I take my hat off to the ladies, because as females, we are competitors
Mm-hmm.
in all things in life. We are competitors. And it was a challenge to raise higher self. As you speak about the Christ like, or the I am,
Mm-hmm.
it challenges each of us to put forth the best of us, and not to allow the lower self, ego, to surface, by no
Absolutely.
means ever. Because anytime we function on the level of ego and self, we're bound to inflict either uh, self wounds, or either wound someone else, because
Absolutely.
we are in the flesh. But when we walk in the spirit,
Yes.
we're
Yes.
destined to rise. We're destined to strengthen. We're destined for greatness. We
Yeah.
as heirs, I hear the cliche where they say there's no I in you, but I say there is us in trust, and we
Yes.
have to lean upon each other and love one another to the point to wherein we see ourselves in each other, and always challenge and question self before even allowing self to do anything outside of spirit. Let spirit guide and lead us. Gratitude, Supreme. I'm
Mhm.
so elated to be under the sound of your voice, to
Thank
be
you.
able to even speak right now. I'm humbled all the more, and I'm grateful. Peace and blessings to us all. I
Thank,
digress.
thank you, Goddess. And as you always have, you speak with such elegance of power. Feminine energy is what got us all here. The matrix is her. The nation is her. So we must take care of her. And women are not just competitive. Us men are more competitive. But the thing about it, the competition when it comes to heirs is not each other. We are one. You must see each other as yourself. There is no division. You must see each other coming for the same purpose. So the competition is the enemy. It's not even the people who sleep, except for those who are in a low density, who are, like you say, causing harm. Though that's the enemy. Low vibration is the enemy. So we cannot let low vibration creep into our consciousness. You cannot reach the Kundalini, which is Christ consciousness, with low vibration. Jealousy, hatred, envy, anxiety, worry, fear, all of that is not us. It's blockage in your chakras. You cannot reach Kundalini. For those who don't know what I'm saying about chakras, that is the energy within you. The reason why you're able to wake up, the reason you're able to speak coming through that comes through your energy within your chakra. So the Kundalini is when all of your chakras are in line and they're clear, where your energy can reach its fullest potential. And you cannot reach that potential if you have a blockage. Like, even if you hate anything, you're blocking your heart chakra. It will not reach its full potential, or it will not be as powerful as it may be, as it should, because that hatred is a blockage. It's like it's a block that's sitting in the way that won't let that power through. So I used to say, when I first found out that, I said, I even got love for my enemies. It don't mean I won't wipe their ass clean off of earth, though. See, that's because I don't want to do that to no one, but don't make me. You see,
Mm.
I want what's best for them and everyone. But would I let some harm us? Hell no. They gotta go. So we cannot have that amongst each other. I'm gonna give y'all some inside shit about me. I learned this even when being in the streets. I came up out of the projects with some partners of mine that end up structuring one of the most notorious organizations in Atlanta, and they still respect it to this day. They all everybody know the group as killers. But guess what? If we didn't have that level of respect for each other as my brother keeper, meaning that if we go somewhere and it was very violent, if one of us was man down, then we all stay until, if we get him and leave out with him, like if we was in a battle, war, we leave out with him, then we all leave. But if one of us is down, then we all stay. And then when we amongst each other, we had to respect each other. We ain't always agree, But guess what? We respected each other enough to know that we was all killers. And even though I say we were killers, we weren't killing people like innocent people and stuff like that. We don't do shit like that. I never did shit like that. But what I'm saying is, in these streets, is to be respected. Like, you got some people out here that do some crazy shit, and they gotta reap what they sow. They gotta pay for that. So that's the life that I come from when I was, younger, in my teens and my 20s. But what I'm speaking on is my circle of people that I grew up with was so honorable that we had to respect each other and see each other as myself. I had to see each one of them as my own self, and they had to see everybody the same way. Because if you don't, and we all got weapons on us at all times, you will never make it nowhere, because we'll end up killing each other. If I'm jealous and envy of him, and I'm talking behind his back and doing all this low vibrational shit, we're gonna end up killing each other. We ain't gonna make it nowhere. We had each other back as my brother keeper for real. So meaning that I can trust him with $500,000 and say, hey, make sure that get to the house. We ain't coming right now, but we'll be there. And we didn't even blink an eye that $500,000 will be there. See, that's how it's supposed to be. Now we're living honorable. All my partners that are breathing right now to this day are men with nice families. Some of them got nice homes, and stuff like that, living a regular life. But it don't take away what we learned in the streets when we was in the streets. And these are the same brothers that are living righteous, just living a normal life right now. But we finna live the rest of our life as men of honor and righteous men. A lot of people say they're real, but you're only real when you're doing what's right, when you're living righteous. Because you can't say you're righteous or real if you're talking behind somebody's back, or you hating on somebody, or you stole, or you just anything of low vibration. That shit ain't real. That shit fake as hell. So this is who we are. So we have to keep that in mind, that we are all the same. There's no one over no one. I don't give a damn who say they the president, especially of Aire Nation. I don't give a fuck who it is. And I want this shit to be that way 100 years, whatever, however far, and I think it's gonna go beyond 100. Anybody who's the president of Aire Nation is just another one of us. Not over us, another one of us. Equal. The president is only the voice. He's not over no one. She is not over no one. They're the voice, and that voice is for us, the people. If we disagree with that voice, we will remove that president. I don't give a damn who it is, including myself. Somebody can be the president while I'm still alive. I don't give a damn, because I didn't start this for me. This ain't about me. This is about all of us. And that's how we're going to continue. Well, anybody got anything else they want to say or ask before we get out of here?
That's real, son. That's deep.
I know that's right, Dad. Well, you made this. That's my pops, everybody who don't know, like the new people. Yeah. Well, I love y'all.
Hey,
Y'all
Supreme.
stay. What's up? What's up? Love
Just a
lost. What's going on?
just a quick question, because I know we got stocks on lock. You still got any interest in getting Aire Nation on board with the cryptocurrencies?
I mean, people can do whatever they want to do with that. Cryptocurrency is just another form of money. But when you got stocks, you're tapped into all forms of money.
Right.
See, stocks is the highest form of securities. Stocks, you can make that into land. You can make that into gold, silver, crypto, um, companies. You can pretty much make it whatever you want it to be. Stock is the highest form of security. So when you got stocks, you got all that shit. and we manufacture stocks. That's what we do.
Get a diaper, so we can change your diaper. Let's get the diaper for your wife.
What's that? Somebody said something. Okay. Well, I love y'all. Y'all stay blessed, stay safe. Know that we are in a war because the presidential emperor is in the biggest fight with the state of Georgia ever seen. You don't know nobody who took shots at the secretary and the governor, the commissioner, the attorney general, all at one motherfucking time. So trust me, these motherfuckers are watching with a motherfucking fucking satellite. These motherfuckers is on everything. They just afraid and they trying to see how to make their move to get the fuck up out of what I did to them. Checkmate.
That's
I love it.
I'm telling you.
I love it. I love it.
We gun
Good
them
job,
down.
Aire. Checkmate.
Yes,
I'm telling
Aire,
you, but
love y'all. Yes.
yeah,
That
love
works
y'all and
out,
see
Bob.
y'all Friday. See y'all
Love
Friday.
you, God.
Peace and love.
Later.
Stay
Be blessed.
Love y'all.